Hi guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Rich.
I'm Emma.
We normally live off-grid on a little boat. But what you do find when you live off-grid on a boat after about 15 years is you need more space. So we ended up renting out a little plot of land where we build all of our projects, crazy projects, from electric bikes, electric buggies, petrol buggies. Normally we've been using this nice Blackline 200 amp welder. I've had this for about 6 years now and it's been absolutely brilliant. Can't fault it. For what it is, for what it costs, you can't knock it. And because I have to leave it out in this container, it's perfect for it. So used it for 6 years. The last couple of welds it started playing up. I'd say for about the last week it's been playing up. So when you start looking into these inverter welders, it's like a minefield trying to find one that actually is the specs of it. So while I was searching, I managed to find this exactly same welder again, but it had, what, give another quarter of the price back on it again?
Yep, it'd gone up and not down.
Gone up from like 200 quid to 300 quid.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, managed to find one on Amazon that looked exactly the same, and when I put into Google who actually manufactured it, it was the same unit. It seemed like the same unit, but just named a different name. So we're going to open it up today, have a look at it side by side, see if it is the same unit. I can get a little bit of welding out of it and just see if it performs the same as the last one, because I was happy with the last unit. And this is a cheap unit, absolutely brilliant. We have already got the gas.
Yes, we have got the gas.
I've got to get it out the bottom.
So in 1 week, it decided to be one of those weeks where it was a lovely week.
Week? I thought it was a month. Like a month of it.
No, it's been about a week.
So started off with the generator.
The 9 kVA generator decided to blow up.
Being off grid, oh yeah. So obviously we spend all of our time off grid. When we're on the boat's all off grid. When we're up at the unit, we literally rent this little plot of land, a 20-foot shipping container, so literally everything is powered from solar, or if we're welding then it has to go through the 9 kVA genset.
Which we don't like.
So
after the generator went boom, what else happened?
Oh, everything went.
So then after that, my lovely partner decided to pull his knee out, which means he's got a torn meniscus.
I've got a torn meniscus, which has been messing
front
up.
and back.
When you do this kind of job, oh well, I worked as an engineer for years fixing everybody's problems, but the only thing that happened was I've ruined my body. So I'm to the point now where I can't kneel down, and every now and again my knee will pop out. I'm not going in for the operation because everybody I know that's been in for the operation are basically still in the same boat. They still can't kneel down. One of the lads who I know that's done it has been off his feet, what, 11, 12 months now?
12 months.
It's got to be 12 months,
yeah.
Isn't it? And I'm guessing he's still in the same boat that it was before, just without the lockouts. So, anyway.
After the knee locked out, someone was using the welder and realised...
The grinder, that wasn't got that big piece of swarf straight in my eye.
Oh yes, we did get a big piece of swarf in the eye as well, didn't you?
Which is very rare for me, I think, in all my years of doing this kind of thing. I think I've only had it 3 times.
Yeah, you have. I have it a lot. I like going to A&E and get a needle in my eye. Then after that, the gas went on the welder.
That came in the box upside down.
Never.
Mum's.
Or have you opened? No, you opened it the right way.
I did. Yeah, there's the box look. It's the right way up.
Oh wow! So it came
upside down in the box.
Upside down the box.
I was just looking at that, thinking, oh no, it looks like a different welder. Which, when you find a good one of these kind of things, it is nice to keep with it.
So then, yes, the gas did go out. So then we had to go and get a gas bottle,
which turned up the wrong size.
Turned up. The lady asked me if I wanted a 10 litre or a 20 litre. I just said it went to my hip. I got in there, we realised it was a 20 litre, not a 10. We needed a 10 and we ordered a 20. But that was better because at least then it lasts for longer, doesn't it? And then what else happened after that?
After that, the welding mask went down. The welding mask went down, so Emma ordered me another one.
Oh, did you want to see my TMU mask?
She ordered me, and this turned up. Which literally, you can't see anything out of. So, I'm going to be trying out the new Andor one, is it? This thing looks epic.
Tells you the name of it on it.
Yeah. As you get a little bit later in life, your eyesight's not what it used to be, so this thing's got 4 lights around the front of it.
It does look like something that comes out of a spaceship.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this one, opposed to having an absolute nightmare with the other one and not being able to see.
And this one is colour.
It's colour, it's got lights.
It's got lights, it's got colour.
I have done a little bit with that, but the other one went.
And then this is
It's exactly the same. I was right. I'm pretty damn sure of that.
the new welder, which is exactly the same as the one behind it.
Which is devastating, because normally I can fix most things. But this one I traced it all the way back. I got the high voltage, traced it up to the low DC side. So it looks to be either the PWR or the low power transformer. But after spending a couple of days of it, for what these cost, you can't just waste time like, what the hell? This has come with a 13 amp plug fitted. Is that an actual joke? You can't weld with a 13 amp plug on that. That's literally dangerous. Well, okay. So yeah, I'm going to need a new 32 amp. There was 32 amp plugs on these. I was contemplating going 32 amp, dropping it down into 16 amp, but for the size cable that I'm using, I might as well use. So yeah, that should be running a 32 amp plug, because this is about 8.2 kVA, which 13 amp plug just not going to cope with it. And I've seen people use them before and wondering why they can't weld, and then you look at the ends of the plugs and they're all arced out and burnt, so you're not going to get any power up to the welder. So the best thing that I can do literally is just take that 13 amp plug off and drop a 32 amp plug on there. It's not an issue. So it does look like they have changed the strap inside, because these did used to have an internal strap opposed to an external strap. So now I'm going to go to you. So we'll be using gas with it, and that just links, and that means I want to go from MIG to stick. It's pretty simple, opposed to having to go inside and remove the strap.
So there's some perks from the old welder to the new one.
Slightly, yeah. It will be easier if you want to go on to stick. Right, so what we've got there, ground lead, stick, Euro torch. So I've already got a Euro torch and a ground lead open. So you can tell in here this is absolutely chocker. But that's only because the disability chair that I'm modifying from an old person's carriage into a little off-road truck, that should have been finished. The road quad that I'm modifying,
which is
that should
on the wall
finished.
there.
Yeah. So those two, and this is fired up. I'll get the last couple of bits of welding
And then
done
this
on those.
is the other one. So we are using the old Euro torch.
Oh yes, the 4 metre torch.
And what did your new one come with?
I'm just about to look at that. I didn't actually look. And that's a MIG 15, the size of
MIG 15.
it. Yeah, and this is. Oh, shit, it's about the same size. That MIG 15 again.
Is it 4 metres? Don't take it out the wrapper.
Oh no, it's only a 3 metre cable in that.
Oh.
So 3 metre in that and 4 metre with the old one, so we have dropped that down slightly. It is just a standard Euro torch fitting, we hope. We'll soon see. Yeah, it's just a standard fitting. So yeah, once the 2 quads are done, so the first one we was going to get a little tractor, because we've got little bits and bobs that we like to move around. To make it easier, we was going to get a lawn tractor, but then one of the lads, I'm pretty sure he's looking for a favour, he turned up with a wrecked quad the other day, and luckily enough I'd already got a 250cc liquid cooled engine in, so I dropped that in it. That all seemed fine, so I thought, let's put the body on it off the disability car. So I'm literally halfway through putting the body on the quad from the disability car. It looks real good. So
We will put pictures up of that.
Yeah, in a second. I'm going to get the welding finished on that. I'm going to get the welding finished on this one, and both of these two can go and get painted at the same time. So we needed a compressor. The thing that you find when you live off grid, you get rid of everything to go and live on a boat, and then as jobs turn up, you end up buying back the tools that you had before. I don't mean like the full roll boxes and top boxes that I did out of, but we are built back up to near enough everything back in here, aren't we?
Just about.
You do find on the boat that you can't just go and grind a piece of steel on the back deck or fire up the welder. I won't be able to power the welder on there.
No, not on the
See
boat.
what one of these power stations would do, if one of those would power the welder, because firing up that 9 kVA genset gets on my nerves.
Running in and out, it does your head
The noise
in.
that comes from that.
The noise is horrific, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they actually do a power generator that runs a welder, to be fair.
They would do.
Oh, I would do with
Somebody
the power.
like EcoWorthy, we got our batteries from.
Yeah, EcoWorthy do a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so running the electric bikes as well. On the land we've got a trailer so we can stay up here when the boat comes out of the water. We've got a little area to do work in the workshop here. But we've built a nice little system in the trailer now, so all the electric bikes basically get charged from there. But the problem was all the electric bikes that was 50 volts have now gone up to a charging of 84 volts. So I went in there, we did have a 200 amp lithium in there already, which wouldn't have been big enough only if it was being complemented by the solar panels. So we went with the EcoWorthy 280 amp hour cells. Now I did a lot of research before I bought those cells, because you've got to be dubious with those. There's one of the guys that I watch over in America who takes them, strips them down and has a look at internals. So when he did that, the BMS was good on it, 200 amp constant discharge, 100 amp charge. So I bought one of those, which is around about 3.5 kilowatt hours. Now the small electric bike that I ride on the road is around about 3.2 kilowatt hour batteries. So although that would charge fine in summer when the solar panels are complementing it, I thought, well, I don't want to be thinking about it all the time. So if I get another EcoWorthy battery, I've got 7 kilowatt hours in stock. I can charge the battery and still have the same amount of power that I had in the first place and not have to worry about things. So we've ended up with 2 EcoWorthy 280 amp hour batteries, which is absolutely brilliant, isn't it, power wise? You can just turn anything on when you want to use it, microwave or anything like that. There's just
Anything. And you don't need to run your generator.
no, with lithium charging so well, literally if you've got a 50 amp hour charger and you've got an 100 amp discharge, you know that it's going to take just over 2 hours to charge. It's perfect. So that's the system that we're running the trailer. This one runs its own system. So I bought an electric bike for Emma the other day, which turned up with 6 gel batteries in there, which I bought the bike, it was stupidly cheap. What was the name of it? Yadia?
I don't know. I think I only went on it once and then you took it apart.
Z3. You said it was too heavy.
It was
Anyway,
bloody heavy.
I turned up to get this moped. I've turned up in a friend's 110 Land Rover. I've grabbed the back of it, no electric bike weight like the Stealth Bomber or any of those. Gone to pick the bike up between me and my mate, couldn't lift it. It weighed an absolute ton. I couldn't understand why. So when I got back, opened up the battery tray, found 6 gel cells in there. So I've took them from 6 in series, which was making up the 72 volt, to 6 in parallel to give me 150 amps in here, which gives me about 3 or 4 days. So we run all the LED lighting, and the trailer, the boat and everywhere else are all heated with these Chinese diesel heaters, which are absolutely brilliant. As you can see, that's just ticking away now. And we are sat at 20 degrees in here, which does make it so much easier to work.
I do like the wakeboard background.
And also, with it being warm, Em likes to come and spend a lot more time out here with me as well, which...
I don't come in here if the heating's not on.
No, which I do like, so I do keep the heating on quite frequently. I'll come out in the morning, turn the heating on, back into the trailer and put the kettle on. So the boat's out of the water at the moment, so we're up here trying to get caught up on projects that we've not done over the summer. So the last thing you want to do in summer is drag yourself away from the beautiful waterside and get on with jobs. I never understood that when we first came to where we live at the moment, but there were so many people that get all the work done in winter and not work through summer, and you're kind of thinking, how are these people turning down work? when you're back in the Midlands, you just want to go to work all the time.
I think you're told you need to go to work, you need to do this.
I think it's when you've got a beautiful beach and things like that.
You do appreciate it a lot more.
And people want to spend time with their families.
A lot, yeah, a lot. It seems more so down here than it did up there. But I suppose you've got beautiful scenery.
Yeah. So we do spend a lot of time in summer not getting the projects done. But they do get done. So disability card's been sat here a while. The quad's sat here a while, and then all of a sudden they're done. So yeah, that's exactly the same welder. So I'm going to put it to the test, and if it is as good as that one, I'll tell you in the next video. And that's lasted 6 years for a couple of £100 welder. When you think about the first boat that we bought like 15 years ago, and we had a big
heavy duty one, what took 2 of us
welder
to lift and move.
That me and you used to have to pick up, try and move around. Then once the welder was on board, we'd have to go back inside, pick up the top box off the toolbox, carry that down a gunnel that's probably only 18 inches wide, 2 foot wide, 18 inches. Back down, get the bottom box, take the drawers out, carry that round. That was a hard job living on that boat.
Yeah.
To be fair, doing works when you do actually live on a boat, trying to get things done, like we've got a rib, 4 metre rib, and we needed to change the engine on it, so I literally had to go and find somewhere along the shore that I could put 2 boats to swap one engine from one. But what we did find is it was a silty bottom, so when I took the first engine off the boat and put it down, it literally just sank into the silt and stood there itself while I took the next engine off. And then as me and 2 of my other mates were trying to pick this engine up, it was literally just sinking into the mud. So I had to leave my 2 friends at the back. I went and jumped in the boat and actually got it from the boat side. We got it done. Yeah. But it's the things you got to do when you live on a boat.
Yeah.
There's a lot more. When we had the sailing boat, it's totally different. Actually, you pull it alongside, spin the boom out,
and you could
do, you'd
do it.
Boom. It was so much easier. But then you can't drop engines onto a fiberglass boat.
No.
So we are quite lucky to find a little piece of land where we live, which came with a 20-foot container, which
he's filled.
Which I filled. Yeah. I built all the benches and things in here. It just works. So it's all nice and warm, all LED lighting. What we used to do when we struggled with power, I could come into a place like this, put in all these LED lights, and I'd literally bring out one of my DeWalt batteries, plug the DeWalt battery in, and I know I've got from a 4 amp hour battery a whole day's worth of electric in the unit. So you've got to do these kind of things when you live off grid.
You learn all the little perks, don't we? You try and find out all the different ways of using power without having power.
Well, the amount of things that are powered from a DeWalt battery.
Yeah, that is true.
The laptop,
from a DeWalt battery. TV.
So I use one battery to charge the internal battery in the laptop if it's gone flat. Then plug in the second DeWalt battery, and that lasts for hours with the laptop on. It's not very often I use it nowadays. It's like programming the motorbike, the Super Soaker and things like that. I need the laptop. So it's not something you use very often, but you need it there when you do. That's beautiful bits with that. But I'm going to crack on now, get these frames welded up, and we'll possibly do a video on those. Once these 2 quads are done, we've got a little Iaxim mega van, little plastic van, tiny little thing.
Yeah.
That I think we're going to do a camper conversion on. We was going to convert it to a QS180 with a big Far Driver 1800 9.6 controller, but I think that's just going to blow out the drive shafts, and it's an aluminium chassis, so I literally can't just convert it to rear wheel drive. So we're going to put the standard motor back in it with a Sevcon controller and do a little camper conversion. I'm going to try and do the camper conversion in the back of it as light as possible. So it'd be an interesting thing if we can find a local weighbridge, go and weigh the van once she's all done. Yeah. And then take it back once we've done the camper conversion in it, and weigh it again and see how much weight. Because the guy we watched yesterday that had done a camper conversion, he did the same thing. But he put just under half a ton of additional weight into a micro camper. So it's nice to be mindful on these things. But I'm also wanting, I'm going to run 2 Tesla Model S batteries in the electric van, which will get me up to about 50 volts. Now the reason I want to stay at 50 volts is I've got enough room on the roof then to put 2 panels in series to get the voltage considerably higher than 50 volts, so it will be able to charge itself through the day, and you'll have an abundance of power inside for any gadgets and things that you want to run as well, that will all run off the Tesla batteries. So that's going to be an interesting one. Then I've got to try and fit in, we've got a little stream at the side of us, I want to try and fit in a little hydro turbine there so we don't have to use the generators. But you do find when you live off grid and you do rely, say every 3-4 days you want to chuck it out, we like to normally get around the 250 amps in the hole.
I don't like seeing that though.
Which means it only takes us like between 7 and 10 hours to charge. But obviously, again, that's a whole day. So if you do 4 hours one day,
This is only in winter though, because in summer we've got an abundance power.
You've got more power.
We've got more power than I need. So, but in winter, people who do live off grid will understand that you do normally have to run something to produce power because your solar's never going to do it. And we've tried wind power, never again.
No, the hydro turbine will be different though, because I have got a couple of hoverboard motors, and I've got a couple of small motors out of the Razor pocket bikes as well, which do put a decent amount of current out. The thing with the hoverboard motor is I can send the power further along in 3-phase before I rectify it down into the low voltage currents, which means that I won't have to have bigger cables for a longer stretch. So that's going to be a project coming up. So there's a few projects there we've got to get on with, isn't it?
Just a few.
Right guys, I've got to crack on and I'll see you on the next one.
Thank you for watching.